Hey there, it's Fairlight. So I've got Murph's crystal ball. I've never read a crystal ball. So I've got a candle here that maybe I can move around and see it. It's very disorienting to try to see specific things. And then I've got some different crystals here that I lined up, but now I'm just feeling like I'm going to allow them to draw me forward and see if there's something I'm supposed to see in them. Because I'm new to this, I'm allowing myself a theme. It kind of feels like it's been directed to me anyway. Butterflies have been so much the theme of the day already. It's everywhere I go, it's butterflies. And I even wore a butterfly skirt today, not knowing that there would be so much butterfly symbolism. So I decided that I want to first try to move this sea glass around because it kind of has like a butterfly wing on it. But I've got some other crystals here too that I feel like might tune the frequency of what I'm seeing. So bear with me. I don't know if I'm even going to post this, but if I do, I've never read a crystal ball before, and I'm not even sure that this is how you do it. But I figured without anybody watching, who am I directing the reading for? So this reading is for anybody that sees this today. And if it's just me, then maybe it's for me. All right. So first, it's almost like I'm a jeweler. I'm just going to look at this sea glass underneath. And there's some rainbow light coming through, highlighting the surface of this sea glass. So it feels like it wants to speak to the shimmer as well as the depth. And so I'm wondering if I'm just meant to like see something and then read into what I was shown. So that shimmer and then the depth. So I feel reminded of recently I was at the beach and we stayed in a cabin and there were some ponds around there and I just felt like I needed to sit by this pond for like a while, you know? And I just sat there looking into the pond. Well, I kept noticing movement in the pond and I couldn't quite make out what it was. The water was kind of murky. And at one point I thought I saw a snake. I wasn't sure. And so, you know, I wanted to see, is that a snake? But then when I stood up and changed my perspective and looked into the water while standing, when I got closer, the way the light was where the sun was in the day, I could only see the reflection of the trees above it. So I couldn't see into the depth. And so there's something where I feel like I need to pause and talk about shimmer. The chatoyance or whatever, the shimmer on the surface. I feel like it's a message that applies both to, that we can apply to ourselves, and that also we can apply to others that we interact with. You know, kind of that cliche saying, you can't judge a book by its cover. It feels very much like that. At the same time, there's nothing wrong with being shimmery. There's nothing wrong with being illuminating. And it kind of like, sometimes it comes through a message for artists where sometimes we can get caught in that layer of appreciation, of enjoying being appreciated, or whatever it is. But when we get caught there, so it's like, you know, say you are a painter and you paint butterflies, you know, and then you're done with your butterfly phase, and then so you start to go into abstract art or something like that. The butterfly pulls you in and you go more into the patterns. But then you have people wanting to buy your butterfly art and you get more of a demand for the butterflies. And so though the artistic, the creative side of you really wants to explore the patterns, something else takes over in your mind that this is your survival now, or this is what people expect from you. Maybe it's not even your survival, but you know, survival as being someone that people, you know, appreciate or whatever. And so you keep doing the butterflies and you don't allow yourself to go in the direction you want to because it's risky or something like that. So it feels like there is something about and I don't know if this is maybe a collective message, that now is a choice point, it's a destiny point for each of us individually. But what each of us chooses, we connect with a collective. Do we choose with what's comfortable, or do we choose to explore ourselves? Do we choose to explore our creative urges? Do we choose to explore where maybe destiny is calling us forward? And it feels like it says, choose to move forward. And there's also something coming through that, like, it could be delving more deeply into some sort of a success anyway. And so say you get popular for painting butterflies and you really love painting butterflies, and maybe you do go more in depth into the wing, and that really does just take you deeper into loving what you do and doing what you love and being appreciated for all that you do. Then there's a threshold to cross where, and I think that's where we start looking more into the depths. And the more you look into the depths, it feels like the more opportunity there is for illumination in those deeper spaces and deeper places within yourself. And you begin to recognize what is deeply rooted in you. So there's just the passion to create. There's the passion to do what you love. But then, I don't know, it feels like there's some sort of a threshold being crossed where you bring more of yourself to it, maybe. I like that. You bring more of yourself to it. It's like you allow yourself to embody all the more. And I'm not sure if it's making sense. I know how it feels, but it's not always easy to translate the feeling into words that people can connect with. So I hope you're connecting with it. But it really is about illuminating those depths within yourself. Something kind of wants to talk about, it was in shadow. And so we're afraid to look there. We're afraid that, to be vulnerable with what was in the shadow, but then we shine light into it. But really what I'm feeling is that you're able to integrate more of who you are into this present experience. And the more you're able to embody that, integrate that, the more you're able to expand your ability to share. And it feels like a transitional, kind of an alchemical, really. It's like a deeply alchemical process that you initiate, where you change the world that you engage with. And so it shifts your experiences, maybe even drastically, because as you're alchemizing, it's almost like it's folding you into new realities that are more of a vibrational match to that. So it's like you're magnetizing new experiences that from our human experience could be perceived as success, greater and greater success. And so, I like this experience. I think I'm just going to leave it short and sweet like that. But this was my very first crystal ball reading. And if you like this, I'll try it again. All right. Once again, my name is Fairlight. Thank you so much for watching. Peace and love. Until next time.